What's good? Hit that bell if you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything new. Got a lot of cool stuff coming soon. What's up? I'm going to be showing you a cheap option for a furnace base. It's only 10k stone, so the upkeep is a tenth of that. And then I'm going to be showing you a cool little thing that you can do with this. You can incorporate this low-grade smelter in your base, on the outside of your base, however you want to do it. So we're going to start with the large furnace base, put these foundations up as high as possible. That's going to save us on some walls. After you get those triangles put on the outside like so, you're going to want one lower for your entrance. If you want to put a TC on this and build this as a separate base, you're going to want two foundations that are lower, so just so you can build some walls around your TC and still access it. Otherwise, if you're attaching this to your base, no big deal, just build it as is. Then you're going to throw your furnace down next. Otherwise, you won't be able to place it if you put anything above it. So we're going to put the furnace down. You can put it in here however you want. If you put it like that, you'll have some space. If you kind of rotate it a little more, you'll be able to fit a couple more things. No, it's not really any big deal. You know, just mess around with it. Get your airlock down. And boom, we're looking good. We're going to throw the doors on there. After this, we're going to throw down the walls, and we're going to be putting them on the inside of the triangles to save on build cost. So you're going to hop up here. And for you guys that are saying, oh, you no-clip around, blah, blah, just get good and learn how to parkour. Look, all right, it's easy. You just parkour around here, throw them walls down. Yo, you know what I mean? Climb up these fucking stairs, throw down your walls, you're all set. And then you're gonna just upgrade everything. You can hop up on here, whatever the hell you want to do. And after that, in the empty spot below us, we're going to put a full wall, which will allow us to have like a little mismatch with the height of the wall, so that we can put down 2 layers of grills within a half height level, so that anywhere around the base requires 8 to 10 C4 to get into it. I mean, it's a cheap furnace base. I recommend building a base around it, or, you know, maybe like attaching it on the side of your base, putting it in your compound near your like TC's range. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want with this. It's just super cheap, 10k stone. Furnace base protects it from any nakeds, anybody that gets through your stone, high walls, blah blah. You already know what the drill is. So we're gonna put down the grills and shit and upgrade everything and get the rest of the base set up. I mean, pretty much self-explanatory at this point. So this next layer of walls is not really necessary. I just don't like people seeing my shit. I don't want them to know that there's 2 layers of grills. So I just throw down this extra layer of walls right here. It ups the cost to like 12k or something. I'll have a clip of the build cost towards the end of this furnace base build, and you guys can check that out. But if you get rid of this extra layer of walls that I'm building right now, it's going to be a 10k furnace base. If you add this layer of walls to hide the fact that there's 2 layers of grills, it'll be around, I think it's like 12k. The number will show up in a little bit. So yeah, you can throw some stuff down in here. Here's an example of what I did, just some boxes and bags, and it's actually going to be 10k with that wall on the top. I didn't realize that. So that means without that, it's going to be like 8k to build this base. But yeah, this is really unnecessary to have that wall. I'm just, you know, don't like people seeing my stuff, so I like to hide it regardless of the cost. But yeah, so this is the under 10K furnace base. Super cheap little thing right here. And again, you can just drop one of those foundations if you want to build this separate from your main base and throw a TC in there, put some walls down. But it's going to be 8K stone to build this thing, which is pretty cheap. My friend found an easier way to put a low-grade smelter within your base. So normally people would just do this, you know, leave like an empty foundation square. You throw down your smelter and like a flat part of the terrain. But another way, if you want to have some triangles on one of the sides, you can just do this right here, and boom, you got some triangles. And you can completely surround it and create a super cheap, it's like 2,000 stone, just smelter base outside in your compound. You know, instead of just having a ton of useless TCs around your stone high walls, you could have a couple of these out there. The reason why we would surround it with triangles in that manner is because it's not necessarily super easy to do it this way, but since we're on a super flat terrain, I find a blue spot right away on the smelter. But if you're on a slightly hillier area, it's going to be a lot easier to do it the other way. You have way more control. You can put the smelter down first and then surround it with the triangles, and it just makes it a whole lot easier to do it this way. But yeah, so then we just basically use the same concept that we used on the furnace base. Put the walls on the inside of these triangles. It's just a cheap way to protect your smelters from nakeds and people climbing over your high walls. If they want to get in there, you could store some stuff in there. I mean, honestly, if you have one of these inside your like stone high wall compound, I'm probably not going to raid that. I'm not about to waste my time on some stupid shit like this. I mean, unless I'm super rich, might blow through here, but it could potentially be a good place to hide some little amount of loot. The more places that you disperse your loot, obviously, the higher chance you have of not losing everything when you get raided. So this is just a nice little option to put inside your compound, super cheap. The upkeep cost is only 200 stone. It's really not that bad at all. And you can put an airlock on here if you want to, not completely necessary. So these are my two little base modules that you can add onto the outside for your smelters. You could repurpose them on the inside of your base. Showing you the build cost for this one right now and the upkeep. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see some more things coming in the future. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.